Good day, night, or somewhere in between, my fellow cultists. We are back, and this time I figured to do something kinda different, but not so different. We're going on a Let's Play series for Mafia 1 Classic Edition Story Mode. Just for authenticity, I'm gonna delete the current profile and make a new one, because we're going to start this and we're in it together, lads. You know, something about this game is very amazing to me. Nostalgia is one thing, but when it comes to content, this game makes it pure. The soundtrack, the visuals, the corny pseudo-transatlantic Italian, the corny pseudo-transatlantic Italian wise guy accent, it just feels right. FYI, I haven't played the remake yet for no reason in particular. The classic edition just strikes home for me. It just hit me I should leave some of the bloopers in to sound less like an acoustic AI model high on plastic explosive. But I'm not acoustic though, I think. Anyways, don't forget to sub, like, comment, and we jumping in.
Okay, kid. Here's where you're gonna learn what it takes to be a real mafioso. Every wise guy has a compass in his head, telling him which way and where to go. So, follow your inner compass and go to the stage with the table on it.
Who's giving him these instructions?
Are you sure you're not being followed?
This guy's definitely schizo. There was no earpiece back then.
Alright, now, climb up on the stage. Be careful not to rip your suit. Well, you got yourself dirty climbing up here anyway, so you may as well practice a side roll. You're no good to the Don if you get shot.
Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Come on!
Now go to the table. When you're next to the table, the exclamation mark will appear in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. It's the action button. The action button symbol indicates that you can perform an action or interact with the environment. Here, you can take the guns from the table. Go on, do it. You can perform one more action on stage. See what you can find.
Hello, is there anyone home?
Apparently just you, boss, and me.
Stop making a fool of yourself. It's time to get on with more serious business.
Whoa, real serious. Gotta take it real serious, huh?
Choose a weapon from your inventory.
I'm just gonna splatter my serious all over this place.
Let's see how you handle a gun. Shoot the cans off of the table.
Ooh, real scared. Real on alert. High alert over here.
Yeah, I know. I was a bit lazy to just move instead of aiming with the mouse.
Always remember to reload, just in case you get into trouble. But remember, when you throw away a magazine or empty a chamber that isn't completely empty, you will lose the unused rounds.
And apparently that one round in the chamber.
You should also be prepared to switch weapons as quickly as possible. Just because you're part of the Mafia doesn't mean that you can walk around waving a gun. The police will arrest you if they see you carrying a gun. Hide your weapon now. Now, take the baseball bat from the table. You can't carry and hide all of the weapons under your coat. If you have a large weapon like a shotgun hidden but are also carrying another one and you spot a policeman, you're just gonna have to throw it away to avoid attention.
Yo, bozo, you're doing everything except for dropping the bat.
Okay, you're gonna need that bat, so pick it up again. The police won't give you any trouble if you're carrying a bat, even if you might use it to, say, knock someone out. See that guy over there?
Yep.
Look up behind him and knock him out cold, as hard as you can. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Now, to get around the city, you're gonna need to know how to drive. Walk over to that car. You're able to steal any car that you come across, but only if you've been shown how to get into it. Try to pick the lock on the car door. Make sure that the police don't spot you when breaking into cars. Now, get in the car. When you get in a car, a radar will be displayed next to the compass. It shows other vehicles that are in your surrounding area. And it'll also display your destination when you're close enough. Drive to the place indicated.
Actually, radar was not invented back then. It would be a couple years after this tutorial. Chat, did I get that right? Chat?
Okay. Every car has a speed limit. When used, it will allow you to drive at maximum speed limit allowed and not exceeded. Use this to avoid worrying about being stopped by the police for exceeding the speed limit. The police will appear as blue cars on the radar. Turn on the limiter and drive in the direction indicated by the compass. Even when you're driving, you may have to defend yourself. You can shoot from a car while driving, but can only use handguns. Choose a Colt and try it.
Now why would I need to go on a wild rant to fill up this video with commentary? This voice inside the schizo's head is already doing it for me.
If someone steps into the road in front of you, you should warn them by sounding the car horn. Now listen up. In our line of work, you don't want to draw attention to yourself, so be aware of the police patrolling the city. If you commit a minor offense, a symbol of a fine will be displayed. Simply stop and pay the fine, and then you can be on your way. When you're spotted committing a serious offense, a handcuff symbol will be displayed. You can try to evade the police, but if they catch you, you'll be arrested. Lastly, always keep your weapons hidden when out in the city. If the police detect shots being fired, a symbol of a gun will be displayed. You'll now be wanted by all of the police in the area, and they will return fire. How you're gonna get out of that situation is up to you. That's it. From now on, it's down to you to see what you make of yourself.
Okay, so that's a tutorial and I'm feeling like we can do one of the story missions or something like that. Here is a point I want to draw. Compared to current day games, Mafia 1 is very simple. You move, you drive, you shoot, and that's it. The game is linear and has a very Soprano-esque, we trying to sound like Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, and Joe Pesci's result of lovemaking, Godfather, Don Corleone sends his regards tone to all of it. But this was top of the notch of what gaming was about, and that's what makes it special, because it pulls you in with the story and not the Nicki Minaj character customizations. Wrong house, moron. Nah, I'm just nostalgia baiting. Okay, so the tutorial is done, and before we continue, let me tweak the graphic and key settings so that we're set for the long run. While I do that, here's a short rant. I really wasn't sure on what I wanted to talk about during this video because of a couple of reasons. First, it's a story mode, it's a playthrough. I'm pretty sure some of y'all just want to binge on the story or get some dopamine rush from the nostalgia factor. Whichever it is, I really don't have that many opportunities to start yapping. Second reason being, I'm not really following a script right now because I'm writing what I'll be recording while going through the video to know where and how long I can talk about anything. In short, this video is more or less my first attempt at improvising the yap fest. Like for example, right now I can see that I let the lips loose for 50 seconds and I have another 50 seconds before I need to shut the fuck up. So it really doesn't make sense for me to prepare a topic to be relevant to anything. Bonus reason. I suppose my talking point could be that this is some sort of effort for us to bond together. Ooh. Hey, here's an idea. Bust out your pile of gray on the wall of shame, grab yourselves a bunch of them juicy Citadel paints, and start painting your Warhammer figurines which need a lot of attention. While meantime, I will be playing this. That should keep both of us busy, no? You know what? For a weirdo on his mic at 5 freaking o'clock in the morning, juiced up on Chaos Kool-Aid, I mean coffee, talking to his fellow cultists about bonding, I'm gonna name these Let's Plays as Cult Bondage Sesh instead of Bez Plays. Pretty straightforward, delivers the message, and it's not as generic. Okay, now I think I really need to shut up. Now, we that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak and not to please ourselves. So basically no gooning? That came out really, really wrong. I'm not making any further comments on that one. Sorry that I made you watch the entire intro movie. To me, it's so iconic and memorable that I simply couldn't fast forward it or ruin it by yapping all over it. The music and the video itself setting the theme for what's about to come, you know? It's a nice piece of art, man.
Detective Norman, can I join you? Sorry for the delay, but I didn't want anybody seeing me, if you know what I mean.
What can I get you, sir?
Just a coffee.
Coming right up.
It's not my habit to sit with people like you.
Got a business proposition for you, Detective.
I ain't no businessman. And even if I were, I wouldn't be doing business with the likes of you.
I don't usually do business with your kind either. But this is a bit of a strange deal. Good for you and your superiors, and good for me. It concerns a certain kind of trade.
Trade?
Well, let's just say that I hold a high position in a not-so-legal organization. It's just the kind of organization people such as yourself would like to know a lot about. And I, on the other hand, for certain reasons, don't want...
Your coffee, sir.
Thanks. I have my own personal reasons why I don't want to be associated with this organization. It ain't too easy to leave this kind of business, if you know what I mean.
I think I know where you're coming from. You'll get a bullet in your head if you don't disappear quickly, right?
That's not the only reason. Got any kids, Detective? I've got a wife and daughter. I don't want them to have any problems because of me.
Yeah, well, I ain't just gonna hand out protection to any wop crook. You should have thought about them kids before, 'cause I...
Sure. Listen, I don't want something for nothing. So here's the deal. Does the name Salieri mean anything to you?
Salieri? It damn well does. You got something in common with him?
You could say that. I've worked for him for several years. Now he wants to rub me out. If you protect my family and me, I'll tell you everything. Names, dates, accounts, everything. Enough to put him away for life.
I ain't Santa Claus. If I go to the chief with this, I need to know everything you know. And I have to be sure you'll testify in court.
Sure. If you ain't in a hurry, I'll tell you my whole story and all the deals I've worked on over the years.
Okay. I've got time, and I'm listening.
First chapter, here it goes, let's go!
I used to be a taxi driver. Even though I wasn't making much and I worked from dawn to dusk, I was glad to be working. It was a bad time and some other people were worse off than me. It was that very taxi that drew Salieri's people to me in the first place. One day I was on my break and I was just hanging out. Suddenly I heard a tremendous crash.
Sam! They got me! Damn it!
Climb up and move. There's a taxi. We'll be okay.
It was clear to me that these guys had to get out of there fast, so I thought it was best to cooperate, rather than ending up with a hole in my head.
Move it. Come on.
Where to?
Anywhere! Fast! I hope you're damn fast. Faster than Sam here was.
I burned rubber out of there like a bat out of hell. It didn't matter where, just away from those gentlemen who were chasing my new customers.
Now listen carefully. We gotta shake these clowns behind us. If you don't do it, then we're done for. That includes you. Step on it, kid.
Yeah, boys, we gotta ratio these clowns, these bozos.
Go! Step on it or we're done for. Now shoot your head off! Woo! Die! Idiot, go! Idiot, go!
Christ!
Step on it. They're still on our tail.
I don't want to die! Duck!
By the looks of it, the ops caught up with us, and Omai Wamu Shinderu is what is said.
Faster. Faster.
Also, it seems that the dialogues are glitched, because, you know, they don't say anything except idiot and faster. I'm not sure if they have other implications, though. I don't know what sort of a gamer am I. I don't like to speedrun stuff, I don't like to play competitively, I don't really qualify as a completionist. I never really gave it a thought. I guess I play these games just for the sake of playing it, not to fall under some arbitrary community's defining traits. Is it really worth being categorized for playing video games? Does that resonate with you or no? It's about having that MLG, casual, really formal, dressed to please. Oh my goodness, he brought out the gimp suit with the cat fur ears.
Too much information. Now listen carefully. We gotta shake these clowns behind us.
Round 2.
If you don't do it, then we're done for. That includes you. Step on it, kid. I'm spilling blood over here and you're driving like an old lady? Idiot, go!
Yeah, nope. Time to get off to another mini rant. It would be very rude or lazy of me to just sit silent while y'all and all are doing the painting stuff. Assuming that you took me up on my proposition to do it. I mean, how lazy and unproductive should I be as a YouTuber? Just let the game progress, sitting on my arse all day, no voiceover, no entertaining factor. What the hell, man? This is not supposed to be some sort of reaction channel from 2014. We're supposed to be bonding and be relatable. Entertainment! That is what you should be getting out of it though. Remember when 2 videos ago I said something like this thing of ours should be like a background noise for when you're doing something? No, seriously. It's not like I already said this more than a couple of times by now in this video and the last one. We all know you're either here to hear me ranting about a topic or yapping about nonsense, or you just want to see some nostalgia, babe. Anything to keep your hand in the game.
Great! We made it!
Good work, brother. Now take us to Salieri's bar. I'll show you the way.
What would be the bloody point if the entertainer was not entertaining the entertainee? Assignment understood. Engaging YapFest protocols. You see, I needed a sort of valid argument to drive my point. No pun intended. Because this way I can easily explain an idea with an example that would capture what I'm trying to say. And I won't have to resort to going full corporate academic, I'm an intellectual person level of speaking English. Even though for the most part of the duration of this entire episode it has been cutscenes and storytelling stuff, I would feel a bit annoyed to mildly unsatisfied about this video in general if I were to say, this is just a let's play, people should focus on the game, and I can be extremely lazy to avoid spending time on writing material for my video and the extra effort of editing my voice lines and putting it on the video. To me, that's just lazy craftsmanship. If that was my goal, then what would be the difference between me and the load of channels and content farms out there spewing boring stuff, which is draining everyone's creativity? Nay, I give you a better example. What would be the difference between me and Hassan Piker, Pokimane, and the hundreds of thousands of people on Twitch begging to be seen if I were to be doing the exact same things that they are? Oh, I know, it's called following the meta. Well, my take on that would be, my meta is to not follow those metas. And even using that word sounds stupid. As if Marky Mark Zuckerberg has intentionally beamed up the word meta to distract everyone from his shady company, but we ain't trying to stir conspiracy theory here. My point being, complaining ain't bringing back the old YouTube, since nowadays it's one of the most popular complaints that we should bring back content from the golden days. That would entirely fall onto the content creators that would take up to the task. Sure, with the apocalypses and the restrictions and whatnot that happened during the past decade, it would be difficult to near impossible to do just that. But it doesn't mean we can't have nice things. It doesn't mean that we can't have content that has something in content. We shouldn't be just scripting a buzzword salad to be thrown around and then expect change. Why am I sounding like a revolutionary? I'm just trying to fit in a place in ruins, man. Who am I to preach about big visions? Dude, I can't believe the yapping protocol went so hard that I ran out of gaming footage and had to pause on a single frame before a cutscene just so that the rant would be over. This one was not planned for, and believe me when I say it, I did not plan to run my mouth for that long. Seriously, I had to ask myself, is it over? Are you done? If you want, since the video is already paused, you can push it a bit further and go full on... Oh, you know what? Never mind. We'll have to pick up on that conversation somewhere else, some other time. But for now, unpause.
Finally, we're home. Wait here, friend. Sam will get you a little something from Mr. Salieri. Thanks for your help.
Mr. Salieri would like to thank you as well as myself and Paulie. It's compensation for the damage to your car and your services. It should be enough.
Yes, of course. Thanks. Give my regards to Mr. Salieri.
Mr. Salieri wants you to know that he is very grateful to you. If you ever need anything, you can come back and ask for help, because Mr. Salieri doesn't forget about friends who have helped him out. If you're interested, maybe we could find a job for you here, and it would pay well. We always have positions for guys as good as you.
Okay. I'll think about it. Thanks. Really thanks. I'd better go to fix the car and so on.
All right. I understand. Just think about it. And I hope it's clear that this matter is only between ourselves. You take care, kid.
When I opened the envelope, I almost had a heart attack. There was more than it would cost to do the repairs. But I didn't for a minute think about their offer. I didn't want to join some criminals, even if they had all the money in the world. It's better to be poor and alive than rich and dead, right? I was going to get my cab repaired and try to forget it all as soon as possible. As my mother always said, you can never predict what God has in store for you.
I'm thinking we can cut it on this note and pick up from here in the next video. My fellow cultists, please do the supporting stuff for our channel, because we are achieving monumental greatness in stuff and things. As we said in the beginning, sub the like, comment, and off we go!